Good afternoon, everybody. And we are almost at our next week of dystopian learning and our dystopian unit. So far, you have watched at least one dystopian film, done a write up, created some amazing posters, and now you've have at least one short story under your belt as well, which was Ray Bradbury's The Veldt, which is one of my personal favorites. And I hope you guys enjoyed it too, with the eerie foreshadowing as well as the very fun yet cheesy film that goes along with it. So I'm here today to talk to you about what you will be doing for this next week. As you can see, I'm in my sandbox right now. But you're just going to go into your class. You're going to go ahead and click under assignments. What we're going to do this week is we are going to focus on another Ray Bradbury short story. This one's even shorter, but me asking you a question such as what would happen to our society and our buildings and our technology if man was no longer around. So the story we're going to be focused on this week has no characters, has no protagonist, has no dialogue, but it still is a short story that leaves you thinking at the end. So go ahead, you're going to click on assignments to get into this week's, and you're going to see a couple different things. We're just going to focus on one lesson this week, and that's going to be lesson 7. So the first thing that you're going to do is for the discussion question this week. It is called Remote Learning Lesson 7. Discussion question, it is a poem. You're going to go ahead and click into the poem to open it. And here, I have the poem here for you. And what you're going to be doing, your discussion question that you put in your reply, is the following poem. It's by Sarah Teasdale. It is used within the short story you will be reading this week. The short story is called There Will Come Soft Rains. It is also by Ray Bradbury. In 4 to 5 sentences, you're going to explain to me what you think the significance of this poem is. Why would this poem be included in the story? So maybe you want to read the story first and then come back and answer this question. Does the poem support the continuation of mankind as a species or not? Do you think that this poem is for the continuation of mankind or is against the continuation of mankind? Some people firmly believe that this planet would be a lot better without man on it. And then some people say that we are actually helping this planet. So do you think that Sarah Teasdale, she is the poet here, do you think that she supports mankind's continuation or not? So again, you're going to submit your answers in the reply section. The poem is not very long. That's it. So consider maybe in your 4 to 5 sentences, you can tell me how many stanzas there are. We did poems way back with Mending Wall with Robert Frost in Unit 1. So maybe for part of your write-up, tell me how many stanzas there are. Does it have a rhyme scheme? Does it have any imagery? Those kinds of things, because I know a lot of you sometimes say, well, what am I supposed to write in 4 to 5 sentences? That's a lot of sentences. Think about some of those other elements that we put into breaking down a poem rather than just the words. Look at the meaning, look at the irony, look at the word usage. So that's what I'm looking for here. All right, so that is it for your discussion question. Then you're going to go back to assignments. And your assignments this week, again, just like last week, you're going to be reading a short story. Here is Remote Learning Lesson 7, There Will Come Soft Rains. This is the text and the document that will go with it. So I have included in here the audio. If you would like to listen to the audio, you can find it right here on YouTube, or I have also embedded it in this video. You're going to go ahead for this and open the Google Drive. Oh, that was my mistake. On this Google Drive, what you're going to see, I do apologize about that. Let's open it this way. There we go. So you're going to have the PDF, which I will put in this video for you or in the assignment. And you're going to, again, make sure that when you open this document, you make a copy, save it to your computer before you fill it out. Some people were submitting these blank the last couple of weeks, and that's probably because you didn't save a copy to your computer first. So you're going to be reading the story. There Will Come Soft Rains. I definitely encourage you to listen to the audio with this one. This one has a lot of sounds within it. It has a lot of sounds and things that you should be kind of listening to and picking up on while you are reading it. You're going to read page 1 and then answer this question. What is the setting of the story? It should be right there, black and white for you. Just give me the setting of the story. After that, read page 2. What happened to cause the family to have their images burned on wood? You'll understand that a little bit more when you read the text. But I'm willing to take multiple answers for this one. There's really no right or wrong, but there's definitely more of a right answer that I'm looking for. But give me your best assumption based on the text. You're also then going to fill in this chart. So on this side, it says time of day. You're going to just tell me what time it is. Is it 8 o'clock? Is it 5:30? Tell me the time of day. Is it nighttime? Is it daytime? Is it afternoon? What seems ordinary? Again, when something's ordinary, that's something that is expected. So maybe at 8 o'clock in the morning, it's ordinary to eat breakfast. So you're going to tell me the time of day, what seems ordinary, and then what seems unusual about that. So you're going to fill it in. Again, I'm going to take a lot of different answers for this, depending on what you personally pick up on in the text. So you're going to fill out this chart. Number 6, what happens to the house at the end of the story? It is very clear in the story what happens. What do you think the theme of the piece is? Remember, we talked a lot about themes when we read Of Mice and Men. One of the major themes in that story was the death of the American dream and loneliness, or we talked about friendship. We've talked about isolation, those types of things. What is the major theme of the story? It is the message or lesson the story is trying to communicate. So why do you think Ray Bradbury sat down to write this story? What do you think he's trying to get to his readers? And then finally, again, you're going to submit this to lesson 7. So that's what you're going to do for this document. And again, what I'm going to have here is the audio, and I will put the PDF probably right up here. You'll be able to easily find it just so you know where it is. All right, so that is for lesson 7.